beers or something like that.
All right, we're live now.
So I'm not like, do I get a beer? Is that what this is for? I mean, $15 could buy a small case, or I could buy an Old English 40 and just have it right here, and just be like, oh yeah, I got a 40. That'd be just freaking hilarious. But wonder when Gambler's gonna be back.
I think he's boycotted.
No, he said he was gonna be gone for like a month-long vacation or something. But I want to say that was longer than a month ago. Oh man,
Sean, I got a product, man. It's just.
Is it working now?
It's better than what it was last time. Of course, you would go there immediately. I haven't deployed to production in like maybe 3 days.
3 days. Oh, hey, this page works now. Maybe. Blueprint workspace. Oh yeah. Why are there 2 dashboard pages? Oh no, I'm in the marketplace. Store, man. I need to help you with your website here. This is so fucking confusing.
That's work in progress. I haven't.
Yeah, I like some of the graphics and things that I put in there. Like that's pretty cool. Like it just came up with it put a hexagonal pattern on some of the parts, which I jives with the Hive. Did you have it create its own logo too?
I mean, the short answer is, yeah. I had GPT create all the UI and logos. Thing is sometimes.
Go ahead.
Thing is sometimes it overwrites the logo with its own new logo, and I have to like revert it back.
Yeah. I've learned it's not great. It's great at like high fidelity logo designs, but most logos need to be a lot simpler. What you're looking for is something like a shape, something that people could see at a distance and know exactly what it is. At this one, it's too colorful. It wouldn't work in a monochrome like scenario. Like you could see like we're on StreamYard, right? And StreamYard's got that little duck with the S. Like that works when you just have like a monochrome color.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like one thing to look for, but yeah, I don't know. And I could probably take a crack at this if I knew what how it's supposed to work.
Go to the sales.
That doesn't work.
Go to the sales page. Or the price plan page.
Yeah, the jump between the marketplace and this is a little funky. Oh man, what the hell? Stop.
Yeah, good luck. Let me see what you're talking about. Yeah, there's things that I immediately see that I would probably pull away. Like on the landing page, I will probably get rid of the 3 tiles of do vendors need the app? Why not spreadsheet? Can I preview recurse sync? Like I will get rid of that whole panel because no one knows what this is.
Yeah, there's a lot here that could be simplified and cleaned up. Like it does a great job at making it look like it's a very impressive website, but like UX wise, UX wise, it does no fucking clue what it's doing. Like ChatGPT just doesn't know. It's not human. Like this page has like every page has its own header, for instance, rather than like one common one. And then there's like 3 different layout options depending on what thing you're. So if you're on the marketplace, it's like, oh, if I can even get there. Come on. You could do it. Or is this okay, this is home.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of navigating to a page and then having to scroll just to be able to accomplish something.
Yeah, no. Oh, Kevin Hawthorne's on. Yeah, no, it like you need to. It's like you got to think about user journeys and like this is exactly what the user is trying to do or what's their main goal at any given time, and then you think about it and keeping things as clean and as simple as possible, because it's really easy to get people to overwhelm people. You think about like most people can't handle a lot of complexity at one time in their brain. And so the more complexity you put on the page, the harder it is to be like, whoa, how do I even use this? Like I must be a retard because I can't understand how to use it. Like, what is it asking me to do?
Yeah, I know.
See, I want to create something, a blueprint, and I click create blueprint.
So if you go to
Blank or a field operation example, I can't even select that. Oh, and then it lost its connection, so I need to reload the page. Why has it got a SignalR thing on every page? Is another thing.
Oh, where you see SignalR at?
Well, I assume it's using SignalR because it says like HiveSync lost its connection when I'm on a page. That usually means that it's not an internet going down. It's because that's like a passive thing that you would discover. It usually means that you have an active WebSocket connection, and that active WebSocket connection keeps going down. Which I just assumed SignalR because you're in the .NET space, but project name versus blueprint name. What if I want to add to an existing one? Draft only. What? Only see this account.
Good luck.
Work experience. What does that even mean? Oh, field operations general. Project. Okay, well, let's just try to create. And it does nothing, Lebowski. Now I'm rage clicking it.
Well, I had a rate limiting and all that stuff in there. Yeah. So again, I don't really go to the website.
The mobile app is You said the mobile app is tight though.
Yeah, it is. I added promo code enhancements to the mobile app and to the web app. But again, like I don't go to the website. I just work within Codex and it sends me screenshots. And then I just tell it to impersonate a user and go through a journey to accomplish an objective. But yeah, it seems like it's probably going to take another 4 weeks at least to consolidate and remove friction of a user journey on the web app.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could probably do the web app for you. It would be kind of fun to try to design something like that, make it simple and clean. I think the main thing I would need is you'd have to do a demo of like, here's the happy path use cases for the mobile app, because then it would be very clear on what you're actually trying to accomplish, like, or how to actually use the thing. Like okay, here's how I would use this app to set up a workspace or a blueprint and then use it in the field, like, and that might be enough to go off of there. The
Yeah, I think ideally there should be 3 UX guidelines, or no, at least 2 UX guidelines. One is, in order to complete an objective, a user should never have to scroll down the page. The second is, in order to complete an objective, the user should not have to visit more than 3 pages in order to, well, yeah, the user shouldn't have to navigate to more than 3 pages to complete an objective. I wonder what those 2 rules, if enforced, what type of UI UX it would provide.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to think of like, because there's like, I guess it's like, how do you define the objective? So it's like, you might have to go through 3 pages to get to some deep place where you can do your objective. Is that part of the objective, or is it, or is it not? But what it sounds like you're saying is like any sort of page.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between,
like your site map should only go 3 layers deep.
Yeah, there's a difference between like administrative settings versus an end user that wants to accomplish an objective to get value for their business, which I know is very, very abstract. When the user wants to generate a document, they shouldn't have to navigate past 3 pages in order to do that.
Yeah. And then like scrolling, it's like, well, like
I hate having to scroll down.
Yeah.
To do something.
But if you have, with different, like if you got a standard 1080p monitor, you could say, well, on a 1080p one, but then if you have a 1440 by 900, you're gonna probably have to scroll at some point.
No, I don't want to.
And then mobile versions of that, or even though you have,
the mobile version is different, but I'm talking about desktop. To me, it's unnatural to scroll down a page, and I hate doing.
Well, it depends too. If you're reading content or looking at content, like, so if this is a marketplace, if you have a marketplace page and you've got a page up that describes like a blueprint, that's probably a scrollable thing. Like if you think about Amazon product pages or any product page, you're going to have a scrollable experience because you're giving them the whole thing. Like you could spread it across tabs, but even tabs, like you'd have to fit very granular tabs to keep within a space if you've got a big hero header of what this thing actually is or does. So scrolling isn't by itself bad, but I understand like if you have to scroll to do a lot of, like they don't give you anchor points to get to something that you need to get to, that's annoying. But yeah, it's all depends, because otherwise you might be like, the UX should fit the bill for what you're doing and how people naturally think and progress through information, or if they're trying to hunt versus to do something, or are they trying to like learn about something. Like imagine, I don't know. Yeah. Like a long form blog post, if you split up every page section across many different pages just so you don't have to scroll, it doesn't make sense. Like you naturally would scroll in that scenario because you're trying to read content sequentially.
I don't want to have to scroll down a page to provide my name, my email address, and my phone number. I don't want to do that. I don't.
Yeah, that makes sense because you're trying to do something. Yeah. So you just have to be very, specific about what that constraint means. But usually, if your UX designer is doing good, you shouldn't have to scroll down to do that. Unless, again, it's like a specific thing where you're presenting a bunch of content and you want them to see the content before they provide you that information. It's all depends on what you want the customer to do on the page that they're on, and make it as easy as flipping possible. Yeah.
I got like 6 agents running right now in parallel. My Windows PC, it would not be able to hold up at all. It can barely run one emulator. Last night I had like 5 emulators running.
Yeah. Well, Apple makes good hardware. There's no doubt about that. Expensive hardware, but good hardware. It's surprising that well, I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm looking to see if Windows is going to catch up if this NVIDIA thing takes off, because they're. I don't know if you saw it with the Surface, whatever. They're releasing a version that runs on a NVIDIA chip, and so NVIDIA, if and then that brings them up to the performance of the M series by Apple. So if they can pull that off and spread it to the PC, like, market, Windows might be able to catch up. We'll see. Also, they're freaking out though. They're freaking out because like all the low end PC market, which is what, like, if you're going to buy a lower end PC, it's either going to be a Windows PC or a Chromebook, right? But I think they're freaking out because memory prices are so expensive that the low end PC market's fucked. And so they're trying to get down to like Windows 11 will run on 8 gigs of memory. It's like, there's no way. But they're doing a big investment into Windows right now, I think, to try to fix it and make it less bloated and make it run at those things. Like that's part of their whole. I can't believe it's as big as it is. I don't know why. What all, like, has it really changed that much? Is it just built-in drivers, or like, why is it so big now?
Windows?
Yeah.
It's
like did they really add so much code that, like,
man, I thought it was like a 40 million line code base or something. Their operating system.
But why? Like, what has really?
Do you know how much code?
Really?
No, listen. You know how much code you have to write for security vulnerabilities? Do you understand how much code you have to write? Do you understand how much opportunity is exposed for malicious users when you put something out there that takes input and serves output? It's almost infinite. I learned that because I've been working with Codex, and I asked Codex to impersonate a malicious user, and you can just go on forever because it will always find an exploit.
Well, yeah, but Linux runs on every server, and it's not as big as. I'm still trying to figure out how big my Windows directory is. It's not a 50 gig install. Like, there's other shit going on. It's all the stuff that gets bundled by default.
Well, Linux probably has a more solid. Linux probably has a better architecture that mitigates a lot more those types of vulnerabilities compared to Windows. Windows, they just build on top for like the last 30 years.
Yeah. Windows, the problem with Windows is that, I think, they have to deal with, since Windows 98, compatibility with stuff. But there's probably a lot of stuff you don't need that it ships with that could just be optional. Like, strip away so much of this stuff, and I'm like, you could probably make half of it optional install. But then you'd probably break the shit out of their marketplace. So, which Linux, their big problem is like packaging and delivery of apps and stuff like that. They don't have the concept of an app store. They can't really have a concept of an app store. They have different package managers for every single distro. So it gives a lot of flexibility when you're doing servers, but it sucks for like the consumer side. Actually, Chromebooks are not that bad. Most people would be just fine doing everything in the browser. Like, most people are just consuming information. Half people are and are always online. But what is the size of does OS X? You're on your Mac. What's the size of the OS X install? Or like I assume that they have a base OS X folder.
I'm not sure.
Files live. Yeah, good idea. If only we had like a infinite source of information at our fingertips. Bases. I'll go with Ubuntu for. One thing I've been wanting to check out is this. I think it's called like Oma Archie. It's David Hennemeyer Hansen's like opinionated Linux install or distro. So Windows 11 has a 60 as a fresh base install is about the same as Mac OS X Tahoe. But Ubuntu is like half the size, and Ubuntu servers like only 3 to 6 gigs. Man, it's I don't know. Lots of code. Just think of like 30 years ago, the size of like operating systems had to fit on like a 2 gig thing with space left to over.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of it is all bloat though. Like just bloat. Not actually necessary, but just like anything that they've written that uses JavaScript is bloat because it could be a native app. You know. That was hot.
Hi, Kevin Hawthorne. Hey, I was playing. Do you have a PlayStation?
No.
I was playing Astrobot. I got both Astrobot games.
I gotta look up what Astrobot is. I probably know it if I see it.
It's like the Mario Brothers for Sony PlayStation.
That's right. My
that game.
Brother-in-law brought over a thing, and he played it.
That game is. I would give that game a 10 out of 10. That game is so polished.
Yeah, doesn't it try to show off all the features of the
PlayStation? That game is so polished. And so I was like researching it yesterday, and I think the first game took like it was either 18 months or 24 months to produce, and the second game was the other either 18 months or 24 months. It was one of those two durations, 18 or 24. I would assume that the second game is probably shorter, right? Because the first game probably has the foundation and the architecture already in place.
Yeah. Do you like platformers like that? This is a kind of a platformer, but it's got a lot of other stuff.
What do you mean platformer? What does that mean?
So like Mario is a platformer. Like that is if your primary actions are jumping and landing on platforms.
Okay.
And navigating platforms.
Yeah, I like Sonic and Hedgehog. I remember when I was in, I think middle school, I bought Sonic and Knuckles from somebody. He had a huge box. I'm sure he probably stole of video game cartridges of Sonic and Knuckles. I enjoyed that game. So yeah, but the short answer is yeah, I like games like that. I don't play games that often. I've been playing more video games within the past 2 weeks just because my kid's here.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I bought the second Astrobot game maybe 2 months ago because I didn't know that they had a version 2. And I'm like, oh, well, let me just get this game. And I got it, downloaded it, and I think I played it for like half an hour, and then I just stopped. But the game is fun, man. It's addictive.
Yeah, they can be. Like, I like.
It lets me know how. I'm sorry, but there's software engineering studios that are really good. There's like the 80% that are not. Like, I don't know. It's like our software, our game studios just that much better than normal like business software development teams?
No, no. A lot of software, the thing is it's most games are like a one and done, right? Oh.
Hey, gambler. There you go.
Nice. Come
I can't
by.
believe can't believe he actually uh, signed in at. I'm sure it's probably like 9 or 10 o'clock at night in
Time
Japan or Korea.
the Korea. It's 9 p.m. in Korea. I can just imagine. I'm drunken, guys. How's it going? All right, let's see how drunk you are. Tell us something that you would normally say because you're. Anyways. But yeah, no, like a lot of if you get like one and done time type games, a lot of that stuff is hacked in and there's probably dead code in there and like it's not clean most of the time. Like you never ship anything if you make it all clean, if you try to get it perfect. Like a lot of it's a learning process. Now, big studios, they probably have an engine that's just dialed in and all they have to do is swap out some stuff and improve things here and there. But like most indie game studios that are even very, very nice and polished games, it's all hacked together. I watched a video once of somebody working on a game that is a 2D platformer, and it's a really good looking game and polished and stuff. But like the code base is it's a mess. Yeah, like but still it's shipped though. It doesn't need to be great. In structure, it needs to work well. And a lot of games are about feel. And so code quality, whatever, you're not changing it over time. You don't need to have great code quality. All you need to do is get it good enough to ship and really dial in on the user experience. It's like 98% of that is user experience, and it doesn't matter what the code looks like as long as it doesn't break. Mm-hmm. And there's some established patterns in software development and how to structure games. The entity component systems are pretty much the standard, and but at least for like Unity developed games and Unreal games and stuff like that. And most people are using some variant of that. There are some different things that you do, but nothing that you couldn't also make a case for using in like a desktop app, any desktop app.
Morning.
Better throw some fruit at that kid. Fruit ninja it.
No. Can you give me the remote? Oh, okay. You just already turned on.
Yeah. When's the last time you tried to make a game?
Me?
Yeah. I know you've tried to make one before, at least. Even if it was like did you try to make chess or something once? Or
oh, yeah, that's not a video game though. But yeah, when I was learning WPF, man, that was when I kind of like first moved to Miami. That was a long time ago. I built a checkers game, and it had animations and stuff. It had shadows of when you would move a piece. I was pretty impressed with myself. But that was like 2000, maybe 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Like you should think about getting into it. Like there's still a market for good games. Like
I'm trying to deliver this
market than apps. I think there's more of a market for good games than there is for random apps and stuff. Like there's just
I agree. There's a huge market for children that have nothing to do. Well, both. There's a huge market for children and women that have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So,
You should get into to developing for Roblox. Become a millionaire. You'd have to know how to build the stuff in Roblox, but
what's
they give you
Roblox?
an editor and
Is that
everything.
Minecraft or what is it?
Roblox,
Yeah.
it's so, and it's a public company, which is interesting. But Roblox is like it's a platform that has kind of its own game engine built in, and so all the games or most of the games in Roblox are written by developers. Like it's not like you play Roblox, the game Roblox. It's you play Roblox, and in Roblox there's a bunch of different games, and some are very good, some are very very just like weird and cheesy and dumb. But like you don't have to solve the problem of like um, your user models and stuff because that's all already built in. So you essentially drop into an already 3D world, and then you get to adjust the physics and the nature of it and add in all of the elements and scripting to it. So it's so like I played with my son a couple times. One of them was called Rivals. It was a shooter game. That was actually a pretty fun game. It's not very well balanced, but it's pretty fun. Like he got a kick out of, and he was always excited to play with me. And then he was like, "Oh, Dad, you gotta get this so you can get this gun and this gun and this gun." And man, do kids spend money on Roblox though. Like between like cosmetics and then like just wanting to pay to win on things. Like kids burn through money. Like there was a time there where my kids were asking for Robux like every freaking couple days. Like they're not always getting it, but it was like it became a way to be like, oh yeah, if you want Roblox, we got chores for you to do. But yeah, it's an interesting platform and people make money on it. It's hard to get, you have to market your games and get people interested in and make a decent game, but people start spending Robux, and there's millionaire developers who just built their wealth on Roblox. So you get Robux or whatever. You get their in-game currency, and after a certain point, you can start cashing out that currency for real currency. But
You should build it.
I started looking at it one day, but my problem with building games is the actual game. I'd love to actually work on a game where I'm just the developer, and all my job is not to come up with the content or whatever, but to actually just build the engine out and build the effects and really focus on the engine and all that. But actually coming up with game systems and interesting storylines or concepts, like I don't know. I get stuck on like not having art graphics and having to come up with all of them. And even with AI, it's not easy to do that. You could do, I think, 3D now easier because you can feed like Blender, where you can make 3D models, has an AI plugins, and so they can generate your assets for you. But I always like 2D games because everything's so much simpler in 2D. But to get good 2D assets, it's not easy to do with ChatGPT or whatever.
Gambler says, also game ship. If no success, you want to continue on the code name.
I think code base. Or no, you want to keep doing the code name. If it succeeds, then it's probably fun.
If it succeeds, then there's probably the founding to clean it up. Or the sequels has a new code base anyway. You can tell he's messaging from his phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was code base.
My Son's Judgment, Minecraft, or the dance games in the Korean arcades. I think the arcade game is probably a Japanese company, but it has Korean specific songs and stuff.
My kids play Minecraft too. You can do Minecraft plugins and extensions, but I think the partner program there is a lot more difficult to get in. Roblox, it's fairly open. Like you can start creating Roblox games yourself very, very quickly.
server programming.
You could create Minecraft plugins too, but to actually get it on their marketplace for sale is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I could use XNA.
And you know what? XNA is as old as it is. Like that was probably one of the best things that Microsoft ever did. Like they killed it rather quickly, but in respects, but it's still alive in monogame and FNA. And like some big indie titles like Celeste and Hollow Knight, I believe, are written in it. Rogue Legacy, I want to say, is written in it too. It's a very capable, framework, and the monogame people, keep it up and get all the porting capabilities. So you can put it on Switch and you can put it on PlayStation and all that. Outside the Microsoft ecosystem. Heck, they had, was it Olo or no? What was it? Uno, or there was a small console that was generated or made and on Kickstarter, and they actually shipped it. It was even in Target for a while. But that thing, they even ported stuff onto that. So it's a really solid thing. But you might geek out on actually the structure of game development because it is very interesting. Performance matters. Like creating a reusable game engine is just, it's fun. Man, you could spend weeks just making a particle engine.
Now you could spend 6 months trying to build this HiveSeek platform. And what's interesting is like the features are there. It's just the usability isn't. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to learn and to fix all this stuff.
On the web app or
on the web app? On the web app. The mobile app, I was hands-on involved, and I was literally like going through the mobile app with my phone and making alterations. For the web app, one, I didn't know Blazor. I still don't. I'm like 2/3 done with the book that I'm reading on Blazor. But the web app is purely just Codex just generating everything, and me just tweaking it, but never. I go to the production website like once a week. I don't go to it several times a day. Like I don't. Yeah. So there's a disconnect that I have with the screenshots that I'm looking at versus the actual like platform's usability. So
yeah. Oh, give me a thing. I could build a website on that. If you give me the use cases for the actual part, like a lot of the stuff, like just login and standard like landing pages, and how the marketplace might be structured, like that stuff shouldn't be that complicated, or isn't that complicated. It's just got to be simplified down and made clean and have a unified architecture around the page designs and stuff like that. Like it's probably not as hard as you think. I would, like, if I was working on it, I don't know Blazor, so I just throw it out and use Vue, because there's a lot of frameworks and stuff. I think Blazor is a much more useful thing in the enterprise than it is on consumer apps. Plus, GPT and Claude are much better at writing React. Is their probably top one. Vue, it does a pretty good job at. I don't know. I wonder if it does as good on Blazor or not.
I would assume it does. I mean, there's a difference between things that are functional versus things that are usable, right? The stuff that's built is functional. It's just someone will come in and they'll have no clue like how to accomplish the objective because the machine's been accomplishing it through dry runs and not an actual human being.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You have to use the software, and Like, man, even in every job I've ever had, it's like I learn way more or do much better just manual testing and using it as a user than trying to ever, like, you have to dial in the user using it and having success before you write tests around it, because otherwise you're going to change stuff so quickly. Like the only actually, I don't know, man. Tests bother me in some cases just because of how rigid it makes code.
Dude, I have over 12,000 tests now.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's taken, even on this MacBook M5 Max, it's taken like 15, 20 minutes just to get through all the tests.
Have it generate a diagram of your test pyramid based on how many tests you have in each layer.
I can share my screen to show you.
Like, here's how many tests we have on their unit. This is how many integration or component or tests, and then what's your end-to-ends look like.
Choose like semibono. Here's my tests, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably have 50 more tests than what this number shows.
I'm seeing your StreamYard. Did you share the browser window? Oh, you have to, yeah. And from Cleveland to Toronto.
How about now?
Yeah, I know, it's good.
Yeah, so 12,178 tests, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like 12,000. I don't know. It's probably 50 more tests in here after I compile. But there's something called configuration tests. That's close to 500. Integration tests close to 300. There's these journey tests.
That's good.
Yeah,
I assume that the server tests are unit tests as well.
I mean, the web app test makes up half of it. So,
yeah, I suppose that's because you know that section and you put the most time into it. What does the web app look like right now then? Are you using Rider then? Did you land on Rider?
yeah, this is Rider.
Okay.
Just different.
Yeah, I haven't really used Rider much, so it is interesting. The structure of these pages is the way that web apps are moving too, where you've kind of got this like chrome around the edges, and then you've got the like you descend into the workspace area. But anyways,
I mean, was that not introduced by Visual Studio Code, or no?
no, not in the way. Well, sort of, but not in the way that it's visualized here with the rounded edges and everything. But Monaco, isn't that the? It is interesting how VS Code came about, though. Like, they were building a web editor called Monaco, and that was the point. And it's used as a web editor. They just call it VS Code everywhere now. But if you go on a GitHub and you do, I think it's like Control period, you'll open your repo in VS Code on the browser. But they're just like, hey, this thing called Electron was released by GitHub, and we've got this thing called Monaco. Let's just put it in there and release it. And it was like an instant success. It is weird how VS Code took over the world. It still sucks for .NET development, but for JavaScript development, I don't know that there's anything better in my mind. Some people like was it Webflow and some other ones. Heck, there's still people using Vim and all that still. So people have a pretty broad range of what their editors are used to and like. It sounded like the start of the Lion King. You know, he's like, Anja Banja.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Lion King. Back when Disney was still good at making stuff.
Before they went woke.
Yeah. You know, and it's not even like the thing is like there are great stories out there that have woke elements to them. So it's not about like being woke. It's about to me it's about authenticity. Like if you take, for instance, this Riot Games did a series called Arcane, which is just amazing. And like two of the main characters are lesbian, but it feels like that's what that would be. It doesn't feel like it was forced in there or like they took something that existed and tried to just make it a point of including it. Um, it just was thing. That's why like whenever somebody's like, oh, like the Lord of the Rings needs to have more black people in it, because there's like none. and and the and like the people who are in it, like the orcs and the what is it, the Eastern men or whatever, are dark skinned, but it's all based on like European like history and stuff, which is white. Like the people from the East are like the Turks and stuff like that, and it has nothing to do with race, but it's a European story.
Yeah, wasn't the latest Snow
Whiteness is
White? This latest Snow White movie, was she like Puerto Rican or something?
yeah, she doesn't have skin as white as snow.
No, she was
Yeah,
Latin.
yeah, yeah. And then she got slammed so hard. I still love that meme of her where her mouth is open all funny. But like, but you know, or like take Black Panther for instance. Black Panther was a great movie, but it was authentically African. It wasn't like let's put an African American in a white story and try to claim that we're being diverse. No, it's telling a story that has clearly African elements to it, and the people make sense. Like it's all about authenticity to me. If you have a story that's about purely about, you know, gay people and gay struggle, like that's fine. Like as long as it's their story and not trying to take something that isn't that story and put the elements on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, like Yamler said, there's a ton of great stories that have a woke core to it, but they're they're authentically that. And that's the thing that people hate, is when they take something that was clearly this and they just say let's make it something to click some boxes or to show how diverse we are. And you could tell, and it has nothing to do with like, I don't know.
I used to play Quake. I used to be addicted to Quake. I would be playing that at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Quake
I,
is fun. I
I,
liked Unreal
I was
Tournament a lot
I
more
was
though.
playing it on Dreamcast. Um, so
Do
that's
you ever
some
play
years
Unreal
ago.
Tournament? That was a fun
Nah.
game. Yeah, actually I think it was uh Fortnite started as a as a Unreal Tournament game, and then they like rehashed it and made it into Fortnite, and that took off, and so then they just pivoted everything to Fortnite.
It still boggles my mind how much business software is out there that people pay for that has no test support. We agree to disagree. Not having test coverage is stupid. It is. And I've worked for so many shops where like they didn't have any tests, but they would quickly fire people if they couldn't get something delivered. But
Yeah. Well,
one of the main reasons why they couldn't deliver it was because it was so buggy that they couldn't push it over the finish line. But they would just fire.
yeah.
They would just fire the people.
But what's worse is if you have a lot of tests and they all are written poorly or suck, and then it makes it impossible to change anything. AI has changed the whole game though, but now it's like tests aren't that valuable anymore, because unless you're really hand rolling the tests and like being very deliberate about what you're testing, which I don't think is the norm. I think people are just like, hey, write the test because I don't want to write it, which I do. I'd admit that. Like, I don't want to write these tests. I want to check the box of I have tests because I was told we need to. But like, the tests for me are, it's like I'll use it from a application perspective and make sure everything works. That's the real test to me. Everything else is just about making sure that it's firmed up in that state, and so that the next person has to actually unravel it all. But I think architecture too, like if you have a decent architecture for your system, like the tests are less important. It's more about being able to abstract things and know when you need to actually share code or not. Like there's so many people who've got into the dry thing and don't realize how dangerous dry is. Like dry is important if you actually have like things that you're truly repeating yourself on. Like, but it sucks when you're like, oh, these two bits of code look the same, and now, but they're not actually the same, and now you've got this coupling, and that's where things start to fall apart. So it's like there's like a code opinion, Derek Martin, like he says this in a lot of things, or he was doing this thing, and he's like, a product isn't a product. Like a product depends on what you're in the context you're in. So like in shipping, what the properties of a product that you need to know differs wildly from like the product details page. So why are those two things in the same deal? Now you need to have potentially shared identity between them, which is when you get into, eventing and stuff like that and say, hey, this added a product. Well, now I need to add concerns on my side for that product. And then you fill in the shipping information separately. But like it doesn't make sense to say, oh, why do I have two product classes? So I need to really only have one. It's like, well, you might have two product classes because in two different contexts, products mean two different things. So I don't know. So yeah, being like properly domain modeling and that stuff's so important. And it's I don't know. I feel like I have an edge up there because like I don't know. I can think pretty well through like how things actually relate to each other and how they should be structured. I like to think of my programs like a lot of small independent applications that are just have to work in sequence together. Like,
yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah.
Move sync, recur sync, fleet sync, team sync. Those are the 4 products that are bundled into this Hive Sync platform.
Yeah.
I like the Move Sync one. The Move Sync, it has like this timer on it. It has haptic feedback, and as you're doing your workouts, whatever it is, it times your rests, and then it has these beepings and haptic feedback pulses before you got to go again. So it's like doot, 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 and you got to start again, and then another noise for when the session is over or when the clock finishes going down. So it's basically mapped to doing sets of exercises. And a personal trainer or physical therapist from the web app can create a plan for the consumer or client to pull down and execute the movements or exercises. The functionality is there. It's just the usability.
Yeah. You have to you have to use like you have to use it and you have to think about those things that's just why the way like I don't care how good ChatGPT and that could get. It's like I don't think it can experience things the way it's just replicating what it's seen and trying to do its best guess, and it becomes if you just let it run wild on a UI, it it just creates an entirely incoherent experience because it
Yeah.
doesn't. It only thinks of the functionality. It can't really imagine what it actually feels like to use something. So I don't know. I don't know that I've ever found a good, like, very, very small, like calculator type toy UIs. Yeah, it can kind of get that because it has probably examples about things, but full systems, and it doesn't. It does shit. And you have to set up your front end architecture too. Like, it's not like UI has got an architecture to it, and you have to think about how pages interact with each other and your top level modules and how those are presented and gated and how you authorize bits of, man, it's yeah.
My
It can't
knuckles are
do it.
black, and I don't know why.
I could tell you a reason why your knuckles are black. My knuckles are white. I'm just fucking with you. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know if they're bruises. I don't know. It's kind of.
What does it look like? Just put your hand up. Oh yeah. Huh. It's a dark around there.
Yeah, they're black.
Not normally like that.
No. I don't know what. I sprained my wrist wrestling with my kid 2 weeks ago, so I haven't. I took a break from working out. I mean, besides like yoking them up by the collar and like in the elevator, but I don't think that would create black. I don't know, man. I'm getting concerned.
I'm looking up dark knuckles on ChatGPT. Could be insulin resistance or pre-diabetes. Dude, never look up medical shit online. It sucks so bad. I don't even think doctors know either, though. So,
I mean, I
assume everything. I'm gonna die one day. Whatever, it'll happen.
Yeah. I mean, I just came from the doctor. I just had my results from my blood work and everything. And that was last week. I can't win for losing, man.
Top marks.
I can't win for losing. So. Yeah.
Oh, there goes Gambler on his drunk tirade. I follow my recom. Did you have beer, Gambler? Is that what you're drunken on, or what did you have? I don't know what's popular in Korea for drinks. Are they like a beer culture, or are they more like a whiskey, or they're like a? I don't know. What did Koreans drink? Is it more like cocktails?
They drink sake. They drink sake just like Japanese people.
That's Japanese. Is sake more than like a Japanese thing, or are they just the ones that perfected it? Like, do all Asian countries drink sake because rice is so popular?
I don't think so.
Try follow my coworker's recommendation. Don't die a stupid death. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Don't. Okay, so Magal. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. I need to look it up now. Magalai or Macgiali. I don't even know how you pronounce that. It's a cloudy off-white residue from rice sediment. It's known as farmer's liquor. Farmers historically drank it for energy during work. Interesting. This is a rice wine. Korean light rice liqueur. Is there a difference between liquor and liqueur?
It depends on whose tongue it is.
Or is it just is it just pronunciation? Anyways. Ugh. Unfiltered beer based on rice, similar to alcohol. Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like a kind of a beer, but not following the purity standards of 17 whatever in Germany. Do you know what the purity standard is for beer?
You're following the gambler, right?
Well, or you. Yeah, actually,
I don't know anything about distilleries.
Well, beer is a brewery, not a distillery, but
what's the difference?
Well, breweries brew beer, or vineyards make wine, but distilleries take alcohol and distill it, mostly from like corn or grains. Sneaky alcohol level, yeah. Soju is the deadly thing in Korea. Dirt cheap, sneaky alcohol level. Soju, so it's like a low alcohol distilled beverage. So it's like a malt liquor almost. Man, I need to get cultured on my alcohol here. Actually, I guess rice-based liquors and beers and stuff are not something I've really dove into much. But like beer by the purity standards has to have exactly 4 ingredients, no more. Otherwise, it's not following the purity standards that Germany set. So it has to have like, was it wheat or grain? I can't remember if it's specifically wheat or if you can use barley or any other grain. Water, hops, and yeast. Like that's it. You can't have anything else. So you add lactose to sweeten it. That's no longer following the strict purity standards.
Yeah, Sean.
Germans and their focus on purity.
These tests are like, some of these prompts take like an hour to 2 hours to complete, just because it'll make changes and then it'll run tests, and then a test will fail and it'll make a fix, and then it'll run all the tests again and again, and the tests are just taking too long. And it doesn't even like execute the entire suite of tests. It'll just execute like a subset of tests. But ultimately, to qualify it takes like probably 2 minutes for the entire solution to build. I mean, it is what it is. The only thing I could do, which I've been doing, but I haven't really been like a Nazi when doing it, like I've been a Nazi for the test, is go through a methodical campaign of swapping automated tests with illegal states being unrepresentable. And I think that would probably take me a week to do. I'm not sure if that's warranted at this point versus just getting something out there that's usable. What are your thoughts?
Well, it all depends on your goal. I mean, you're probably, if the web app is close enough and you could do everything on the web app, or not the web, the actual app, or mobile app, just ship the mobile app, and then the big thing is you need to get out there and actually start using it to make sure that it actually works, the use cases. You need to do user testing. That's the big part of your test suite that's missing, are those user tests.
Yeah.
Not user automated tests or end-to-end tests, but actually, does this make sense to people? Yes or no? That's only accomplished by actually having people use the thing in practice, finding a customer and saying, all right, what is this? How does this work for you? Does it not work? Why doesn't it not work? What's confusing about it? And you can learn way more than you'll ever do just sitting there working on it. Even if just you use it, you'll learn a lot more about what works and not, because you're going to use it and go, God damn it, this sucks. This should be working, or it shouldn't work like this, or it missed a step, or it gave me an alert and I went to click the alert, but where the information about that alert is down the page, half the page, and it's not obvious looking at the page where it is.
Yeah.
like why it did this to me.
So for Recursync, maybe I'll use it to test my my medical appointments. Because if you think about the essence or abstraction, I mean, I could plug in my daily lifestyle into a lot of these products just to test it out. It doesn't really have to be business related in order for me to test it. For Move Sync, I could test my stretches. For Fleet Sync, I think I could test me going or running errands on a Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, start actually using it, make it
For
find
everything
value in it.
for everything that's planned and needs to be executed, I think I could take a weekend and just plug in my daily activities that has nothing to do with business, just to see if it's intuitive to use.
Yeah, make the operating system for your life. There you go.
Oh, we're so smart. I knew these mastermind sessions would pay off.
Yeah. Well, if you need help with the web app sometime, like I said, I've worked enough on these now where I'm like, I know what sort of works and doesn't, and I'm actually guessing that the actual Blazor app is a total mess. With like
UI,
if you
yeah,
didn't set
UI
up,
wise or UX wise, yeah.
yeah, if you didn't set up the like you could see when you're going through the app, like every page has a different header, like every page is a different kind of interaction pattern to it. There's no continuity. There's just way too much on every page. Like flows don't like. I'm not trying to downput you. I'm downputting ChatGPT's ability to do it because you have to put thought into it. It's Probably must have had way too much. Is it Yoki or no Magoli?
Well, I guess the follow up question is, and it's relevant to ask whether it's online or offline, is what's the return on investment to you?
For doing the web app?
Yeah. No, one is it's going to be Blazor. I'm not interested in changing the framework technology. I just need to get all the stuff intuitive in regards to the usability of it.
Yeah, but why is Blazor so important?
Because one is it's something that I think is necessary for me to learn. Two is I want this to be my portfolio, and also I want to be able to spin off a consulting firm off of this if in the event that all this is polished and executed and it's a working product.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've never looked at Blazor more than like the little things. I mean, I'm assuming it's structured very similar to things, but honestly, dude, you would like TypeScript if you got into it. TypeScript's got a better type system than C# does. Like it's got discriminated unions. It's got all that shit way better. Honestly, TypeScript is, yeah, it's arguably a better language as long as you stay within TypeScript and don't descend into making everything any's or unknowns and stuff like that. It is considerably better.
Yeah.
Gabler's the king of YouTube comments. Does he get a prize? You should give him a lifetime subscription to HiveSync for free. There's your prize. Use it to manage your workflows.
I'm a king in YouTube comments. Do I get a prize? TypeScript, good type system, still horrible runtime.
Does it? Have you? So TypeScript. What the fuck is this now coming down my driveway?
Who the is this paging me at 5:46 in the morning? Crack it down and Negros yawning. What the?
With my
Was it tier?
N-word pops with my party. Who the fuck is this paging me at 9:46 in the morning? Crack a dawn, and now I'm yawning. It's my pop from the barbershop.
You can say Negro.
Yeah, it's my Negro pop from the barbershop. I don't remember beyond that line.
Or you
I do remember that though. What's that from?
Or Trump is, hey, here's my favorite African American. I could have sworn I heard him say that.
He did say it, I think, probably once.
Yeah, he's such a great African American. Like, who says that?
It goes back to the thing. I look at that and go, that's just a genuine guy who he likes African Americans. What do you mean? Like,
he's a genuine guy who, given his status, there's not many African Americans that are in his social status.
Well, there is. For sure is.
Who?
He hired a lot of people within. Or are you talking about like
how many African American billionaires do you think exist?
Or so we're talking in the billionaire class, not just people he.
That's a social class. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, yeah, but so going to like more millionaires, like, was it Jennifer Hudson? He let stay at Trump Tower when she was getting like harassed by someone or something like that, and he actually hung out with Michael Jackson a lot.
I didn't say he was racist.
Yeah, but yeah, what is it? Is the guy from Shark Tank? Is he a billionaire? He was in clothing and apparel. I want to say was his main place where he made his money. Oh, what's his name?
I know who you're talking about. He had FUBU. Something diamond.
Is he FUBU?
Yeah, Forest Bias.
I want to remember. Is it Dominic or something like that, or Damon John? They didn't start with a D.
I don't know why I said Diamond.
Is he a billionaire now? They should probably have his net worth on Wikipedia.
I don't think so.
I guess I could just look up his name, net worth.
He's probably worth like a couple $100 million.
Dr. Dre's a billionaire.
That's fair. So is LeBron James.
There's actually a lot of Asians and I think there's a lot of Asians and Mexicans who are also. So Damon John's 350 million, lower than I expect. Let me just look up billionaire black. There are Aliko Dangote, Alexander Karp, David Stewart, Abdul Sama, I can't say that one. Robert F. Smith, that's an easy one. Mike and Denuja. Michael Jordan's a billionaire, Oprah, Jay-Z, Magic Johnson, Tyler Perry, Rihanna.
How's Rihanna a billionaire?
Cosmetics and fashion, apparently. Aliko Dangote is worth 28.5 billion. What did he do? He was in cement and sugar in Nigeria. Alexander Karp is software Palantir. Oh, he's black? I didn't know that. He looks white as shit. Why are they saying he's black? Maybe he's part black.
Let me see.
You'd know the guy if you looked at him, because if you've seen anything by Palantir, he's the main guy. Why did they say there's no way he's...
Show your share screen.
1 second.
Or send me a link. Hey, trees like sun.
Here, I'll just drop you the link. It's just a Wikipedia page. I don't know why. I don't think this guy. Well, let me see. Does they have his ethnicity on this? This Gemini doing Gemini things, I think. He's a mixed race heritage, so he's Jewish and African American. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't look black.
Oh man, I hope this cold goes away. And you get running again. We're 10 minutes over. Do you gotta get work today?
Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday, man. Who works on Friday?
Fridays are usually my most productive days.
Dude, I have 2 machines on my desk, and then I got 2 machines on the left side of my foot on the ground, like computers.
I have a stack of old PCs over there.
So I got three MacBooks in a PC, and then in my closet.
Time to set up the other 2 and have them running agents too.
Actually, no, I got 4 MacBooks. I got one on my kitchen counter that I haven't opened up the box yet from my job, and I'm not going to open it until they threaten to fire me, because it's like, why? I'd rather just get work done now. Why do I need to stop my life to switch MacBooks? So yeah, I got a MacBook that's shipped, still in the box on my kitchen counter. I got my current work issued MacBook over here. I got my M5 MacBook that I'm talking to you on. I have a MacBook that's on the floor next to me that I bought maybe like 4 years ago to do Xamarin development, or specifically iOS. And then I have my Windows PC that's also on the floor next to it. So when they kick him up, they're going to be busy doing forensics when they kick in my door to investigate me.
There you go. You just turn HiveSync into a multi-agent machine coordination framework. Then you'll get $1 billion worth of seed fund.
There you go. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. I probably should start work. Can't believe it's Friday. Summer is almost over, man. This summer
is it really a big deal with summer being over in Miami though? Is it warm there all year round?
Yeah, I think my chick broke up with me as soon as summer started. It was the end of May.
Time to get back together. Fall's coming. What time does it get dark there now?
Like
8:30 last night.
I immediately look at my knuckles. It gets dark like around 8:30. It gets dark.
Yeah. Okay.
I assume up north it's probably getting darker around 9, right?
No, it's getting dark around 8:30 right now. It's starting. It was like a month ago. It was like 9:30 to light out, but now it's starting to get. So you can see that the fall is coming. So, all right. Well, I suppose
he will play the same.
Back to the grind.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you want to ditch Blazor, and I'll write a view app for you.
I'm not ditching Blazor.
Simple.
But yeah. All right. We'll catch up. See you.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye, Gambler.